And it appears there's one more item, audio. I don't even know, bro. I've been working on audio software and video software for days, just trying to get a product to you guys. And I don't even know at this point. Trying to make it to where I can bring you guys on. I'm doing live. Well, I got things going off on my phone. One of my phones here. So forgive me for that. But yeah, we are live. I haven't been live on YouTube in a few days. Was paying attention to TikTok for a minute, but TikTok acting like a little beach. Why is my comments not coming on the screen, bro? I see you on the comments. What's up, Eugene? Boy, you always in here first. I don't know what's going on. If you just sitting, are you in my back pocket, Eugene? Are you working for the Fetty Gov, cuz-o? What's up, man? Yeah, it'll probably just be me, you, and one other person in this live stream tonight, possibly Caveman or another guy. But let's go. I do it for you guys. It is late night as usual when I go live on here because I'm not fully set up for my, what we're really doing. I think you guys that been here know that. What's up, man? Hey, Manosphere Highlights in the house. Let's go. Okay, now it is on the screen, guys. Good. I was wondering what was going on. All right. So yeah, man, I'm just chilling, bro. Number one, you guys have to help me out with this. Mic checks and stuff. Is my mic sounding all right? Like, I don't know what's going on. I've been trying to work on this. I'm trying to create the setup to where I can bring people on, do interviews, stuff like that. Plus do that while we're on YouTube and TikTok and Rumble. And it's been a lot. Like, Ricky, I'm dying over here. This is a lot. Let's see. What's up, fam? Manosphere in the house. That's my dude. We don't always agree, me and Manosphere, but we agree on what's important. That's what's important. So, what's happening? Eugene, man, these females are females. Laughing. The idiot. Yeah. I mean, men and women haven't changed since the beginning. The first video I have tonight is going to explain a lot to you about these females and why Ricky loves them. There's a reason that I really love the women, and video number one is just going to break it all down. It's epic. Let me say that. The first video tonight is extraordinarily epic. I just want to lay back some time and I wish I had multiple females just displaying what they can do for old Ricky. And I know you like when they do it for you too. So we're going to get into that. But right now, does my microphone sound okay? Is it cool, Manosphere? I think you say yes, sir, to something. Mic sounding good. I hope you guys can hear me clearly, and my mic is coming through with that radio tone. That's what I want for you. I want you to feel like you're listening to an old radio station back in, I don't know, not too old. 1991 is good. Is that a good time for you guys? 91. That was some gangsters. It was G back then, man. But yeah, I'm in here with my crooked letter eyes, bro. It's so bad I had to use a filter tonight. I apologize for using a filter, guys, but I had to do it. Rough day with your mama. Stop playing with me, boy. But anyway, man, Ricky in the house, just chilling. I'm gonna be chilling for a minute. I have me some energy drink here. I like energy drinks. And when I get to drinking energy drinks and things like that, I always promise you guys, I'm gonna be on live all night. It's gonna last all night, and I'm be on here 5 hours, and I'll be an hour and a half and be like, I'm done. Like, I'll be done quick. 1983? Was that a good year, Eugene? Let me think. 83. Well, yeah, it was. 1983 was a great year for being a DJ and a voice of the people, because 1985 was the pinnacle. Man, that's a whole show we could do on that. But let's talk about it for a minute. 1985 was the pinnacle of some radio stuff. Even movies. 85 was, in my opinion, 1985 was the biggest year in American history for movies and music when you combine it all. American entertainment. But that's a I know other people may disagree and they say 1972 or 68, whatever. I think it was 85. Back to the Future. Them space boots, boy, stop playing. All right. But I'm doing too much right now. Where else we at? All right, Mike sounding good. Let's go, Eugene. Let's get it, man. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Michael Jackson was hitting. Too many things was hitting in 85, bro. It was crazy. Yeah, so you're right. 83 might be the year where they got it cracking. Lot going on, man. I want to start the show regardless of the audience. I can't even tell how many people are in here. We might have 2 people. You know what I'm saying? If you are in here, guys, just help your boy out. I know it feels like not a lot. Just hit the like button. Excuse me, I'm cussing. YouTube doesn't, well, I guess they don't care. But I'm confusing it with TikTok, who cares about everything. So the other day, I will tell you more stuff about TikTok, because every time I come on here, I'm triggered about TikTok. I'm not sure what we're going to do as Americans. I think we're cooked and I think we're trapped. Right? I have figured out a lot. One of the things I figured out is that, and I will tell you this up front, just for those who are missing the show. If you are missing the show right now, shame on you, because this is a great show. Why? Not because I have the best lights. I have the lights I have, right? But it's not because I'm the cutest guy. God gave me this mug and I got to live with it, right? It's cool. I don't mind being 80 years old and dyeing my hair like this to stay alive for you guys. But let me say something. You know how our country goes and has. We feel like it's our country. And we go to other countries and we supposedly, we go to other countries and we supposedly are taking them over. Like what just happened in Venezuela, right? And I figured something out like 3 days ago. And we oust these leaders. We take their leader, we oust them, and we put in a puppet government, a leader that we like, that works for us. And now the whole country's ours. You know, we do that there, Libya, Sudan, other places, right? And this has gone on for years. But what I figured out, let me tell you what I figured out, cuz, right? This already happened to us. This is why everybody's having such a hard time figuring out what's going on. And we're going to cover this tonight. We have 8 videos tonight. Last time I got through 5 before it crashed out on me, right? Tonight we have 8 videos. Last time I had 10. But and we'll cover a lot of this. But tonight's show is important. Don't worry about who comes into the room or out of the room, because we will be basically, we'll cut clips and put them out there. What we do here is important. It's more important than the other bullshit you watching. So let's get the show started with a little comedy, a little biology, some science. You know what I'm saying? I think this will suit us all well. So the question right now is that this good doctor, the good doctor right here, is going to ask you, did your vagina just fart? I mean, if you have a farting vagina, is it a problem? Or is it not a problem, mate? Bloke, or whatever they call you over there. I mean, did your vagina just fart? But let's see what she's saying, then we'll break it all down. Because there's something we all need to know about, right?
Did your vagina just fart? This is known as queefing, the involuntary passage of air from the vagina. It happens because during certain activities such as running, yoga or sex, air can enter the vagina. Since the vagina is a collapsed muscular tube, the collapsed walls can trap the air inside, which is then released when you change posture or when something is introduced into the vagina. The air vibrates the vaginal tissues on the way out, causing the noise that you hear, which sounds like a fart. Queefing is a normal part of having a vagina. It's not because your vagina is too big or too loose, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. Did your vagina just fart? This is known as queefing, the involuntary passage of air from the vagina. It happens because during certain activities such as running, yoga or sex, air can enter the vagina. Since the vagina is a collapsed muscular tube, the collapsed walls can trap the air inside, which is then released when you change posture or when something is introduced into the vagina. The air vibrates the vaginal tissues on the way out, causing the noise that you hear, which sounds like a fart. Queefing is a normal part of having a vagina. It's not because your vagina is too big or too loose, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. Did your vagina just fart?
Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. I had to turn off the AC system because it was blasting over here, and I'm on the road like usual. But I beg to differ. I have a different opinion on your faulting vagina, ma'am. No, I don't. She's exactly right. But yeah, ladies. So ladies, if there's any ladies in the audience, if you have a faulting vagina, it is not only natural and I mean, trying to say this seriously without laughing. How many times have you been with a woman who had this issue, right? She had this issue with her vagina and she was embarrassed and she thought that you didn't like it. If you like it, if you think that this problem is not so unlikable, right, mate? And you actually like it, mate, put in the comments that you like it, sir. Just let me know if this is something you can deal with from a beautiful woman. A faulting vagina. Is this something that you can deal with? Will you leave her? Because if I run into a woman with a faulting vagina, I just might actually propose marriage. Especially if she can do it on cue. But anyway, back to the video. We will break it down now. I'm done. My fault, guys. I'm so stupid. What's wrong with Ricky? It takes a lot to be this dumb. I am dumb. It is me. Yes, I love it too. Real men in the house. All right. Yes, it is a great thing to have if you are. And Barry agrees. He's behind me over here. I don't know if you can see him. He's right there. He is over there like sniffing the air, looking for one. He is looking for one of these types of women. He loves it. And I love it too. Ladies, no reason to be embarrassed. I know we're joking around a lot. No reason to be embarrassed. It is an awesome thing. It's a beautiful part of being a woman. I mean, to be the gassiest or the fartiest is awesome, right? If you're the gassiest and the fartiest, and it's coming from the most voluptuous, awesomest place, right, of your heart. You're good loving. Stop playing with me, guys. Get out the comments with that bullshit because I know you all love it. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, let's go through it one more time and break it down piece by piece. Because a good doctor, even the look on her face is like, did your vagina just fart? Anyway.
Did your vagina just fart?
Yes, that is what she said. And then look at the doll here. The doll here is extraordinary. The graphical display of a farting vagina is amazing.
This is known as...
Look at that there. Look at the poopery. What? Woo! Oh, the marvels of AI. I swear to you. AI just has it on lock right now. It's an AI black Barbie. Why does it have to be black if it's 14? Well, okay. I'll still deal with that. I would marry a doll like this. I can't even stop laughing. Like, we got a show to do and I can't stop laughing. I would marry this doll if it farted like that. Amazing structure. Look at the physical tone of this beast.
This is known as queefing.
Is it known as queefing? I think many of us are just learning this tonight. What is it called again? It is known as
the involuntary passage of air
gee
from
whiz.
queefing. The involuntary
No, I gotta hear it in
queefing.
full. Matter of fact, I gotta see the doll again.
This is known as queefing, the involuntary passage of air.
No, let's
Did
start
your
with-
vagina just fart? This is known as queefing, the involuntary.
No, hold on. The sound effect though. Did the sound effect not get you too? That mug just blurted out, bro.
Passage of air from the vagina. It happens because during certain activities such as running, yoga, or
Hold on a second. Now I'm confused here because, you know, here's where my confusion comes in with this. When I'm running, I'm never really faulting. I'm never really faulting when I'm running. I don't think no, because there is not even no slip outs. And I'm an old man and I don't poop on myself or fart when I run. So what is going on here, ladies? When you're running, or if you're doing yoga, or if you squat, you'll do a blast, a fart, a vagina fart. Shut up talking to me. Like, what is you talking about? Mate, if your vagina farts in front of me, mate, my bloody balls would be swollen. All to hell. I cannot resist a farting vagina, mate. But let's continue. I think I'm mixing British with Australian, but I'm not sure. Whatever.
in yoga or sex.
Yoga. And she has a picture of a pregnant woman. That is not fair. You know she can't even help it. You know what, pregnant lady? She's doing you wrong. I'm gonna go past this because it's not your fault. That baby causes you to do it. Okay, now that part's real. You getting that ace busted, you are definitely, if your ace is getting busted, you are definitely, well, yeah, it depends on who you with and what them angles are like. Woo, make it fart though. Some of you gentlemen love this.
Air can enter the vagina. Since the vagina
Air can enter? Well, that is, of course, I understand.
is a collapsed muscular tube, the collapsed walls can trap the air inside, which is then released when you change posture or when something.
She said the collapsed walls. So if the walls collapse, you will hear farts, okay? This is video number, hold on, let me calm down. This is video number 1. And trust me, they won't all be about vagina farts. Did your VJ just fart? No, they won't all be about this. But I swear, mate, partner, bloke. No, they won't all be about this. But I feel like this was important to bring you this first so you can make a decision about if you like farting vaginas or not. Because I love them. Ladies, don't be ashamed of this. This is a virtue that only great women have. A farting vagina. Yeah.
Something is introduced into the vagina. The air vibrates the vaginal tissues on the way out.
No, don't say vibrate. Anyway, next video. I can't even go through the whole thing. Jeez. Here's somebody I absolutely love. I don't even want to call him doctor, but I have to because he technically is one, I believe. Umar. I don't like Umar. I have a strong distaste. Oh, man. I'm still... Speaking of 14 vaginas, like Umar, right? Wow. Really? I'm not even reading you guys' comments, man. We're supposed to be in the comments, and I'm just laughing too hard at this bullshit. Yeah, the doctor can get it too. I bet you that thing fart. And she's like, she only became the doctor in that video only became a doctor because she's like, my vagina keeps farting. I have to figure this out. I have to figure out why it's farting all the time. When I do yoga, when I run, when I laugh, it is faulty. And she's like, no need to be alarmed. I've studied for 27 years and I figured out it's just the natural farts of collapsed walls. Anyway, whoo, you guys are great. What did you say? HQG over here talking about great sound effect. It's like somebody made it with their mouth. It said, the sound effect said, I've never heard one that even sounded like that. And I've heard many of them. I could tell stories. Hell, why not? I can keep it real. What do I have to lose? I'm Ricky RedPill. My favorite thing, before we move on to this faulting vagina here, my favorite thing is a woman who can do it, and most can, right? But a woman who can do it on cue. I absolutely love that. It's adorable. Like, use what you have that I don't have to make me happy. I don't know. It's just, I'm a senses person. So when I have sexual interactions with women, I like to see, smell, hear, feel, touch. Like, I need all my, if a woman interacts with all of my senses during sexual behavior, I'm a happy camper, right? Like, I love that. So yeah, make it clap, make it, anyway, I'm saying too much. But let me keep going through your comments here. There's a few, I missed quite a few. Actually, let me expand my window here so I can see everything. Oh no, too much. Yeah, expanding the window. I can't see those. So yeah, because I'm blind as a bat. And I don't feel like putting on my glasses tonight. So if I missed your comment, I'm sure everybody else saw it. He said great sound effect though. Beet juice, cold pressed. Beet juice, cold pressed. What that's gonna do, Eugene, is give you the same type of effect. If men drink beet juice, cold pressed, as a similar effect to a Viagra pill, a Viagra. It's going to be, you're going to have a long night. I believe it's because of your oxy. Anyway, you try and make me think science. I ain't no scientist or researcher. Jeez, Eugene. All right. Yeah, I'm laughing. All right. Just want to make sure. Oh, you can't hear me. Are you saying you can't hear me right now? Can't hear me right now. All right. Can you hear me now? Is there a difference in the sound, man? I don't know what's going on. Uh-oh. Did my mic drop? All right. I don't know if my mic dropped. All right, guys, can you hear my mic right now? Because somebody said they can't hear me. Okay. So can you not hear me on the other screen? I need to get that straightened out before we move forward, because it's going to be a semi-long night. I need to know if you guys can hear my mic or not. Okay, so you heard me the whole time. So I'm going to switch back to the other screen here. Can you hear me here? I'm so lost. All right. maybe I need to stop reading you ninjas comments. All I'm trying to read is these vagina. Anyway, speaking of these people, here is Dr. Umar, right, doing his thing, out here spreading knowledge because he is the leader of you ninjas. He is not the leader of me ninjas. He's the leader of you ninjas. Here is your brilliant leader. Then I'll break down why his ass is somewhat wrong. I do believe. I can't remember, but let's check it out.
He already figured it out.
Do you think it's a coincidence that the mayor of New York is an East Indian? And the director of the FBI is an East Indian? And the wife of the current vice president is an East Indian? And the last vice president was an East Indian? Or you've never seen that many East Indians ever in American history occupy positions of influence and authority like you see in those 4 offices. You've never seen this before. And what I believe, Art, is that the white power structure is recruiting the East Indian immigrants and East Indian Americans to be the new priority minority.
Oh boy.
They're going to use them in America the same way the British used them in Uganda, the same way the British and the French and the Dutch used them in the Caribbean islands. When you go to the Caribbean,
he's on to us.
East Indians are a buffer group.
Oh my God. He already figured it out.
Do you think it's a coincidence that the mayor of New York is an East Indian? And the director of the FBI is an East Indian? And the wife of the current vice president?
Yeah. I do. My answer is I do. I think this is interesting. I think we should investigate. I think we should understand what's going on. I think Umar's on to something. For the first time in his life, I think Dr. Umar has this figured out. Gosh, I can't stand when he's right. That there are Indians in these positions. East Indians, not West, not from the West Indies, wherever that is. The East Indians are taking over America, he says, because they are the new. Well, let me get full blast here for you. They are the new priority minority. Dun, dun, dun. They are. I mean, who was the other priority minority? Let me think. I don't recall. I don't recall who was the other priority minority. I think he's got it a bit wrong, though. And here's what I'm saying. I think that he's right about the positioning, right? But I think he's wrong about why it's happening. America is a country that is for sale all the time. Excuse me. Parts of the country are for sale. The power structure, it's capitalism. If you look up right now on your phone or AI or whatever, you're gonna, and I say, hey, look up the groups who have the marriages that work the best, the marriages that last the longest. And I tell you, 85% of American millionaires and billionaires are married, right? You'll see their marriages. It's theirs. Arranged marriages are the number one type of marriage in America that work. They're not in love before they meet. They didn't meet on a date. They didn't meet being thoughts. They met out of business and structure. It's their way of doing things, right? And in our country, most of them are brought here. All of them, 90+% of them are brought here because they have a skill set of things they're good at. I've explained before that a lot of races are just good at different stuff, bro. Like, the NBA is full of ninjas for a reason. Because they can jump. Excuse me. Coughing all in your ears and stuff. I apologize. Because I need to start taking stuff before I go on these lives. Because they can jump and run fast and catch air on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason the NBA is not full of Korean cats. Because every Korean cat would come to America like, I'm going to the league, Shane. I'm going to do this. You know, no, you know what I'm saying? It's generally full of those guys because they have a skill set, a build, assets that attribute theirself to that sport. But then you look at other sports like hockey. Well, ninjas are basically kept out of that, so certain groups of people can act like they're actually good at it, but they're not. If you would let a bunch of ninjas in, or ninjas had ice rinks in the hood, we know what that would look like. So I'm not even really talking about that as just a side joke that I make because I'm ignorant. But yeah, when you look at computer programming and you look at, engineering, stuff like that, being a doctor, the Indian people, and because I love the Indian people, I have many, many Indian friends, Bahutacha, right? Namaskar, Shakriya, Medanam, Mekanam. I try to do the language, but I just butcher it every time. They used to tell me that I could call my wife Moto. Anyway, it wasn't a good idea. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that they're just successful here. And just like every other foreign group that comes to our country, they do whatever it takes to be a part of the country, even if it's slimy, even if it's nasty. So while he's talking about those people, we tend to forget that Mr. Obama was our president. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to take a break just to take some lozenges or something here, whatever that's called. We seem to forget that just the last presidential election was Trump versus Kamala. Kamala's one of them too, right? He just described that, but then she's like one of them and not one of us. She ain't like us. She ain't like us, and Obama wasn't either. These aren't people from America. These aren't American BLKs. These are foreigners from foreign nations. Even if they were born and raised in Hawaii, it's just, they always go for people who do this. But we'll talk more about that later. But he's right about the lineup. But Dr. Umar is absolutely wrong about the reasonings here. It could be from any country. It could be this and that, but it's America's about those who pay. We were taking over, and there's a lot I want to get to, but I don't want to deter from the fun. Next video. What we got here? Oh, good Lord. All right. We have a funny video here about my man. I think it's Senator Kennedy. I think he's a senator or congressman. I think he's a senator. A senator. I can't even say senator. Hold on a second. Senator. Okay, I got it. Yeah. And just some crazy things he says, but I don't know if it's crazy or not. Let's check it out.
She thinks you can land on the sun if you go at night.
Got him!
If you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead.
Woo!
As I've said about her before, I think she's the reason there are directions on a shampoo bottle.
Hold on. When he said that, I remember when he said that, right? That part, that one. He said, she's the reason there's directions on a shampoo bottle, right? Dang, bro, this dude, he don't he don't care. He don't care. And he has a Kennedy last name, but he's not part of the Kennedy, the big Kennedys politically that we know. So it's pretty interesting. But he makes his way through comedy, but telling the truth at the same time. When he said that, a lot of us think he was talking about Kamala, but he was actually talking about who's the Latino woman from, where are we at? It was a Latino woman from, remember guys, if you're in here or you stop through, just hit the like button so we can just get this going. I ain't been live on here for a minute, but we're just going to keep trying to pump it up. Hit the like button, do what you can to help the movement here. I'm just bullshitting tonight, trying to spend time. Latino woman from New York. I forget her name, but that's who he was talking about. It was hilarious though. This boy be going off.
There are directions on a shampoo bottle.
Always be yourself, unless you suck.
Goat's milk latte!
Did he say always be yourself unless you suck? So, what's the thing we tell people that suck then? Fake it till you make it. You'll get it one day. You'll do it one day. You're the best. You're the best I ever had. He said, always be yourself unless you suck. Epic words. Epic. Wow.
You suck.
Goat's milk.
I gotta hear that.
Always be yourself unless you suck.
Goat's milk latte drinking, avocado toast eating.
Dad, hold on. He said goat's milk. Whoo, I don't even know what he said. We got to rewind because I'm like lost right now. This man is mildly.
Milk latte drinking,
No, that's what it was. Avocado.
Goat's milk latte drinking, avocado toast eating.
Oh my God. Goat's milk latte. Hold on, man. Let's just. He said, goat's milk latte drinking, avocado. Hold on, man.
Goat's milk latte drinking, avocado toast eating.
Avocado toast eating. Now let's just take time out for a second because all of us know people who eat avocado toast. I think I've eaten avocado toast. And I think I've had them bagels with stuff on it. But he's got me rethinking this. Does that make me a liberal? Am I a liberal because of that? Just tell the truth. Okay. It means you're a liberal. Back to the video.
If you don't believe that, you probably peaked in high school. I'm not saying you're the dumbest person in the world, but you better hope the dumbest person in the world doesn't die.
God. Oh, shit. How do you even think on these levels? How he's extreme. This gentleman is this gentleman is extremely rude. Yet I think I like it. What is that? Like, I don't know. I don't even know if my life's still going. Probably don't care, but I don't even know, bro. That's crazy.
Life is hard, but it's harder when you're stupid. Sell crazy somewhere else. We're all stocked up here. Somebody at the White House has been smoking the devil's lettuce. Crap hard.
What? Golly, bro. Damn, boy. He said, he's saying too much. Somebody at you know what? I gotta play this ending of it. And after that, okay, listen, bro. I'm gonna make y'all a promise. Because I got 6 more videos after this. No, I got 5 more videos after this one. I'm going to play the ending of this. And after that, we're going to play the whole thing through. I'm going to cut myself off. I'm going to chill because everything he says makes me laugh. I don't know what it is. He's an asshole, okay? And he's a prick. And he's rude. And he's disrespectful to the people he's talking about. But it's fucking hilarious. And I like that. Because I gives no fucks neither. I give a little fucks. But not much. Anyway. Hilarious.
Harder, princess. I mean, words can't express how much I don't care. She thinks you can land on the sun if you go at night.
Got him!
If you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead.
As I've said about her before, I think she's the reason there are directions on a shampoo bottle. Always be yourself, unless you suck.
Goat's milk latte drinking, avocado toast eating.
If you don't believe that, you probably peaked in high school. I'm not saying you're the dumbest person in the world, but you better hope the dumbest person in the world doesn't die. Life is hard, but it's harder when you're stupid. Sell crazy somewhere else. We're all stocked up here. Somebody at the White House has been smoking the devil's lettuce. Cry harder, princess. I mean, words can't express how much I don't care. She thinks you can land on the sun if you go at night.
Got him!
If you hate cops just because they're cops,
Oh, my fault, guys. I have my mic on mute. Yeah, Senator Kennedy, check him out. He's hilarious. He's that dude. All right, in this video, we have a serious, and let me get my serious. This is a special news report about a young lady who has made a lot of money and a living and a career off of saying that black men ain't and that she's going to choose a different type of man because, you ninjas, you ain't good enough. You're never good enough for good quality, strong, be okay women who can really take care of themselves. You guys, you be okay men, you're failing. You black men, and in her eyes, you are failing. And she's going to find her a good man with money. She's telling other women, teaching other young African-American and BLK females to find you a good man. Stop messing with these ninjas. You know what I'm saying? They ain't about nothing. They just going to pipe down, give you a baby, give you a bad life. But what happens when other people give you no life? We're not sure yet. Hypothetically, supposedly. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. Check this out.
Tell me the truth, where's Tiana at? And this shit fucking hurt. I'm sorry, it hurt so bad.
A TikTok influencer has been found dead while on vacation in Tanzania just days after getting engaged. Ashley Janae, a TikTok influencer creator known for her luxury travel and soft life posts, has died under mysterious circumstances while on a trip to Tanzania. According to early reports, the 31-year-old was found dead inside her hotel room just days after celebrating her birthday and announcing her engagement. Her fiancé, Joe McCann, claimed that her death was the result of suicide. But that explanation is now being heavily disputed. Friends and close associates of Ashley say the claim doesn't add up, insisting she was in a happy phase of her life and had shown no signs of distress. Many have taken to social media calling for a deeper investigation and questioning the timeline of events. Online, the case has quickly gone viral, with thousands demanding transparency. The contrast between her recent milestones, birthday celebrations, engagement, and international travel, and her sudden death has only intensified public suspicion. Authorities have not yet released an official cause of death, and the case remains under investigation. As pressure mounts, one question continues to dominate online conversations. What really happened to Ashley Janae?
Tell me the truth, where's Tiana at? And this shit fucking hurt.
Yeah. Now, I don't know much about this case, and I wish we had most of our audience in here tonight so that I would learn more. I have seen other RP creators and other creators make videos about this. 1 second. Let me see if I can forward through this to a part where, I mean, there's just so much here. First, I need this from my own heart, because I'm on here. I come on these live streams. It ain't real, but it's real. And I'm sharing my emotions with you, right? I want to be emotionally available for my audience, right? Because I don't want you guys to feel like I'm cheating on you, all right? But, this is a beautiful, strong, BLK woman who has found the love of her life, and she is telling other women, I told you, you're supposed to be finding... Bro, I can't even do this right now. You're supposed to be finding you a Caucasian king, and he's your king. You bow down, you drop that neck, in the back seat, wherever, just drop your neck for the Caucasian king, and he gonna be your savior, girl. Mass ain't never let you down. Now this girl, now she is gone. I don't know who did that song, Justin Timberlake. Gone. And you got somebody out here talking about what happened to her.
Tell me the truth, where's Tiana at?
Where she at? Tell me the truth, where she at? I'm sorry. If you're in the comments, please explain to me, did they find this girl? Because I'm lost right now. Is she lost somewhere? Because her husband or fiance, whatever's this going on, says it was a suicide. A suicide. I hope that's coming through clearly. Suicide. They said it's a suicide. But she like, where she at? What? Tell me the truth. I'm lost. It's just Ricky. I don't know what's going on. I'm not informed. If I ain't informed, I don't know nothing.
And this shit fucking hurt.
It hurt. And who is you with? Is you with a BLK man? Who is next to you?
Sorry, it hurt so bad.
A TikTok influencer has been found.
TikTok. Well, that explains it. That's one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight. TikTok influencer. Oh yeah, I forgot. TikTok. I go live on YouTube, and you guys see there's only a few of us in here, right? I go live on TikTok, and I'm actually making noise. People are coming in like, let's go. And they're really, what I'm noticing, my YouTube audience is 98% men. Let me get over here so I can look stank for y'all. My YouTube audience is 98% men. My TikTok audience is like, the women are loving it. They're staying a long time. They're on my panel. They want to ask me questions. They're really talking. They're not being disrespectful. I don't know what's going on over there. It's like they're starving for truth. But TikTok is a platform. For the last 3 weeks, every single week for the last 3, my live streams on TikTok have been banned. Every single week for the last 3 weeks, my live streams on TikTok have been banned. Why? After the first one, I started really heavily investigating. For years, TikTok has not been good for truth tellers. We understood that. All of us understood that. Candace Owens understood that. Andrew Tate, CGA, Fresh and Fit understood that. Anybody can understand that. But here recently, things have gone dramatically left, or further left, because they were already left. No, that's not right. They were already left. Right. it on TikTok, you can't be successful. Like I'll give you an example. If you have not been in those live streams, I'll tell you, the live streams on TikTok are like, in the basic ones. Even if you go to the top, and I can talk about both. The people at the very top, they're either like into trans messages, or they're into LGBT, whatever, PTING stuff, and rainbows and stuff, right? That's where you got to be successful there. Or you got to be just one solitary kid who's like, I'm cute and I'm going to say some weird stuff because I don't know nothing. There are no truth tellers. And let me be clear. There are zero people who will tell you the truth and just be honest and wholesome and real and talk truth on TikTok that are at the top. You can't. Truth tellers can't make it. It is strictly forged. That big old platform is forged towards their agenda. And you say, well, they were forced to sell it because the Chinese were going to hurt us. What's really hurting us? Everybody being stupid in our country? Right? Or the future potential that the Chinese would want to know exactly where you live so they can come to your doorstep. Yeah. Okay. They know exactly what they're doing to us. And that's why it's important that you support what we do over here, because the effery is real. No way around this. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know what else to say. It's frustrating. There's a lot I want to say, man, but I'll hold it tonight. Let's go.
Found dead while on vacation in Tanzania just days after getting engaged. Ashley Janae, a TikTok influencer creator known for her luxury travel and soft life posts, has died under mysterious circumstances while on a trip to Tanzania. According to early reports, the 31-year-old was found dead inside her hotel room just days after celebrating her birthday and announcing her engagement. Her fiancé, Joe McCann, claimed that her death was
I think they said just days after celebrating her birthday and announcing her engagement to Joe. I think that's what they said.
Just days after celebrating her birthday and announcing her engagement. Her fiancé, Joe McCann, claimed that her death was the result of suicide. But that
her fiancé that she's now engaged to, right? He says that, hey, she was suiciding, right? And so he knows what happened to a certain degree. We can deduct that from the situation, I think. Suicide. And so the fact that he knows that much information, we have to dig deeper into this. You know what I'm going to do? This is so important to society. I will say this, though, before moving to the next video. I want to say one thing, because I know a lot of people are frustrated with the BLK. I know a lot of BLK men can get frustrated with BLK women, with Caucasian men. But I want to make one thing very clear. If, once again, check your statistics, check the CDC, check the census, check AI, I don't care what you check. You will find out that the most successful racial pairing in America is BLK women, and not successful financially. I'm not saying that. The ones who get divorced the least out of racial pairings, right, is BLK women and Caucasian men. BLK men with Caucasian women have a high divorce rate. And I know you don't want to hear that, gentlemen, but I'm not one-sided. I'm Ricky RedPill. I do the science. I do the research. BLK women, when they're with Caucasian men, the marriages just work. they work for a longer period of time. Now, I'm not saying they all last forever. That's not the case. It's not what the numbers say. But they love being with BOK women love being with those men, and those men find great value, Caucasian men, because I grew up with Caucasian men in my family, in my life, in my schools that I went to. So many great men, and racism is on both sides. So I'm not into, excuse me, I'm not into the racism stuff. I'm just telling you the truth. There's so many Caucasian men that find value in certain women. It doesn't come down to even race or color, guys. It comes down to how much money you got. For men, it comes down to your money. If you're a Caucasian man and you find, hey, I'm making good money, but I'm having a problem with Caucasian women, you might say, hey, let me get me a fine ass sister. Let me give me a fine ass black woman. Show up every event, every dinner, every outing. I you know, and I got that. You know, he got his money. He trying to purchase what he can get. Every man does that. It doesn't matter your color. My advice to black men is stop hating on that. Although her situation ended badly because she was not being a great person from what I've heard so far, not from this video, but from other people and creators, right? So I'm not sure what her situation is. Here in a minute when my lives get fully going, we'll probably do a whole show about her situation because that is interesting. But just letting you know, the marriages, just so you remember, the marriages that work the best in our country currently, interracial marriages, is BOK women and Caucasian men. They tend to stay together and have more success. I figured it out. Don't want to talk all about it now. Give you time to figure it out and we'll talk about it later. Let's go. Video number 5 or 6. This video number 5 out of 8. Oh boy, this is good. In this one, because we did put Candace on the cover again, because I was too lazy to create a new thumbnail because I'm a little beach. I'm a little beach. A beach. You know what you do on a little beach? Go swimming. And then you lay around and get a tan, right? A little beach. Anyway, guys, let me stop playing with you. In this video, man, Candace Owens head to head with Rabbi Shmuley. That's his name, Rabbi Shmuley. He always giving people problems. Excuse me. Oh, boy, yawning over here. It's late at night, but I'm still going. We're going to finish this up. Rabbi Shmuley is giving Candace issues, and, you know, Candace knows how to handle him every time. It's really, really sick stuff. So let's get into this video, see what's cracking. We'll be back at it.
Didn't Jesus say you're supposed to love your enemies? When Jesus said that you're supposed to turn the other cheek, where have you ever turned the other cheek? When Jesus said that the meek shall inherit the earth, if you are a Christian, then I am the second coming of Christ.
Okay.
Here's what I would like to say to you, Rabbi, since you're quoting scripture. The one that's relevant to me is woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. And if you'd like to dive into a little more scripture, I think what's relevant is Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. And I'm speaking directly to you, Rabbi Shmuley.
All right. Yeah. And I do despise the fact that they did put music in there. I hope it's from the same committee that makes my music, so I don't get stricken down. I don't know at this point. Guys, my live stream comments is not moving. Maybe you guys are just in a zone right now. Just to make sure the live is good, because we are testing a lot of stuff right now. My live stream setup is jacked up. Somebody put anything in the comments, just an emoji, a hi, a hey, whatever, just to let me know you are still responding and that the live is still good. I don't know how YouTube treats what I'm doing tonight. Wink, wink. Is it still a wink if I use both eyes? Because I can't wink with one eye. I got a crooked letter eye. I got a bad eye. All right. Somebody put something in the comments if you can to let me know that the live is still good, because I don't know if they're, I never know when they ban your boy, take it down, whatever. I'm on here talking for no reason. I don't know what's going on. Trying to learn how YouTube treats my lives. Okay, well, 2 people just left immediately because you felt pressured because I asked you a question. I thought I was the beach. You're the beach. I'm learning I watch other people's live streams. Like, let me tell you what's going on. Not even that. I watch other people's live streams, right? And they'll get on a rant or say certain things, and people will just leave their live stream because you asked something of them. Well, them ain't your people. They are cowards. I cannot wait to get, you don't even know what's coming in a second, but I'm doing these live streams for practice, guys, and we're setting stuff up, but it's cool. I mean, they jetted instantly. And the more I talk about this, I've learned from their live streams that the more you even talk about it and you break the vibe of the show. I get it. But like, yo, I'm a human over here. I'm a human being. Yes, I be flexing. Look at this. I got a little muscle right there. This fucking bitch. Anyway, all I'm asking is for you to comment anything. Let me know that the live is still alive, because YouTube does bullshit. Okay. So just do that real quick. Somebody, are you still awake? Because I'm hardly awake. I get it. I want to be asleep right now, or laying back down with your baby mom. She's over here, actually. She keep giving me weird looks. I don't know what's going on. Yes, your baby mama is here right now. And yes, her VJ is 14. I mean, I had to ask her earlier. Really, earlier with your baby mama over here. I was like,
did your vagina just fart?
I asked her that question earlier. And she was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, no, hold up, lady. Like,
did your vagina just fart?
She was like, well, yes, mate, it did fart. And I'm just saying, bro. Excuse me. All right, I got an option. I need to take allergy medicine, or like, what is that thing that gets rid of like phlegm or something? Whatever it is. got the phlegm. I think it was a song at one time. I'm going to do this one more time because I enjoy when she says it.
Did your vagina just fart? This is known as queefing, the involuntary passage of air from the vagina. It happens because during certain activities such as running, yoga, or sex, air can enter the vagina. Since the vagina is a collapsed muscular tube, the collapsed walls can trap the air.
That is crazy good. Okay. Yeah, you guys can share this video everywhere, but let me get back to the subject. Anyway, I'm not even going to check it. I guess you're not here. I guess no one's in a live. Because you're off looking for a 14 vagina mite bloke. I keep forgetting I'm not in Australia and I'm in Europe. All right, so here's a gentleman who went through some things like me and some of my buddies. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I have to cover this. So let me play this again now that we've decided that none of you will comment on the video, because the comments have not moved the family. The last comment I see is from like a minute ago. All right.
Didn't Jesus say you're supposed to love your enemies? When Jesus said that you're supposed to turn the other cheek, where have you ever turned the other cheek? When Jesus said that the meek shall inherit the earth, if you are a Christian, then I am the second coming of Christ.
Okay.
Here's what I would like to say to you, rabbis, is you're quoting scripture. The one that's relevant to me is woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. And if you'd like to dive into a little more scripture, I think what's relevant is Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. And I'm speaking directly to you, Rabbi Shmuley.
Yeah, that's the cold-blooded part. She ain't lying. Candace, and this is why I can't go against too hard. And I just want to catch her like this, you know what I'm saying? Because this is, sheesh. This is the look on her face when that thing just got on Rabbi Smooly. He is a ridiculous guy. Rabbi Smooly does, guys, in case you don't know, he does, he's in the business of dildos with his daughter, right? And they have like a big business for that. But you're supposed to be like a religious leader. You're a rabbi. We consider that to be a religious leader, although we really don't know because we're not part of their religion, right? But as a rabbi, like I'm a rabbi and I deal in dildos. Like, even if it was a healthy thing, like, I'm sorry. It's just it seems like a double, what do they call it? Conundrum, entendre? I don't know. It's late at night on a Thursday. It's early Friday morning. And ironically, guys, I have all the time in the world today to dig into Rabbi Smooly and Candace Owens bullshitting, but it's cool. But Candace lit him up right there. All right, here we go. This gentleman right here, some of you may recognize him. He's not really a large creator. He's just a figure because of what he's done. He's done time. He's like one of the biggest marksmen in American military history, sniper, shooter. This guy is top rank, and that's why people want to go to him for information on like war games and things like that. So let's listen to what he has to say, and we'll come back and break it down.
Israel has been saying Iran has had nuclear weapons since like the 90s. When I was in the military, we went to other places other than Iraq and Afghanistan. When it comes to Iraq, we were sold an entire lie on that of nuclear weapons of mass destruction, chemical warfare buildings, and all this and that. We had a mission going into a big warehouse where they believed weapons of mass destruction were being held at. Nothing was in there but chlorine, and we had dropped 2 500-pound bombs on it. The weapons of mass destruction they were talking about, it was gold bars. Saddam Hussein had a lot of gold and even more oil. That was the weapons we were going after of mass destruction, the root of all evil.
That entire raid, it was all a lie, and it is proven, documented, and America just keeps moving on like, okay, who's next?
Right, exactly. And you want me? I've been there. I was told that same lie, and I went there, and I saw the lie. You want me to believe this next one too, from the same people who already lied to me? Israel has been saying Iran has had nuclear weapons.
Jeez, man, I can't do this no more. All right, yeah. Where do you start? It's too much to unwrap, right? Okay, too much to unwrap here. That's a lot. But let's start from the top. Hell, why not?
Israel has been saying Iran has had nuclear weapons since like the 90s.
Yes, they have. There are 7 nations on the list that those people had. I think on YouTube I can't say certain things, but then again they say it in shorts and it gets a million views. So whatever. This country has had these multiple countries on a list. There were 7 of them that we all know of right now. Iraq, Afghanistan. And the reason you want Iraq and Afghanistan is because those are the countries to the left and the right of Iran. Iran is the crown jewel of the Middle East. A lot of people think, well, it's Saudi Arabia or these other countries. No, it's not. It's not Dubai. It's not Saudi Arabia. Iran is the strongest, biggest country there. They are they're centrally located, and they are indeed the crown jewel, the most powerful. Over 93 million people there, and that's why we're currently involved in a mess that we simply cannot win this. Even other presidents knew we couldn't win this. I don't know what they're doing. There must be some brilliant strategy at play because we cannot win what's going on. But that is true. We've been looking, or not we. Okay, here's the problem. We were taken over in 1963, so we're now doing the bidding of another country, right? And that country has wanted to get at Iran for over 25, 30 years. That's what he's saying. Well, let's continue.
When I was in the military, we went to other places other than Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yes. And what he's saying by that, because I was there too, I wasn't in the military. I was actually a contracted employee of different companies who was involved in certain things. And what I can tell you for sure is that, yes, we were in many other countries. I spent time in many other countries, and I don't want to be specific because there's things going on. But don't want to be specific. But I spent time in many other countries, and I know even guys like HUG, he spent time in other countries, right? That weren't these places, doing things that we had to do for our freedom of our country. We love America. America first. There's no doubt about this. You know, I know you guys, you know, you think it's all Ricky RedPill over here, but nah, even on my plaque, bro, you know, right there, AFP, America First Party, all day. You know, that's what it's really about to me. It's about this country. It's about these people. And I fight for this. A lot of us have fought for this. And we're doing other things now, right? What am I doing now? TikTok and YouTube. I'm out here complaining about TikTok. I'm in my feelings about TikTok. Ninja, can we please buy TikTok back from the Chinese already? Can we? Okay. Oh, we did. Don't feel like it. Because we didn't buy it. They bought it. Our primaries, enemies, and stuff. But yeah. So what I'm talking about here is, yeah, he's right. We've been in other places. They send us to a lot of places where you don't think the war is going on. Africa, Djibouti. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, you gonna send me to Djibouti? Who booty? You say, who booty? When they tell you you're going there, you like, what?
When it comes to Iraq, we were sold an entire lie on that of nuclear weapons of mass destruction, chemical warfare buildings, and all this and that.
Yep. And every time they do it, and we talked about this in the last live stream I did, every time they do this, they be like, yeah, the reason we got to go there is this, this, and this. And then we find out 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 25 years later, there was none of that. They was just there. They was made up a lie. They framed somebody for a crime so they could penalize them unjustly. Let me do a little more on you. They framed somebody for a crime so they could do that to them unjustly. Framed them. That's the constant thing. It's what they did with BLKs for years in America. A lot of framing. We found out many years later that even Emmett Till was framed in America, right? Framing. It's all how you frame it. How do you picture? How you picture somebody? How you picture that thing? Framed. And then you can do what you want to the person because you framed them. Hell, my ex-wife tried to do that to me, and she was successful. My ex-wife ruined a lot of things for me. My ex-wife ruined millions of dollars for me because she had me framed in a public perception that wasn't even what was going on. Ruined many parts of my life. It's hard to say as a man that a woman ruined your life because they can't fully unless they end you or put you away forever, right? But what I lost due to a very stank piece of tail, I could never recommend a man getting into that type shit. I can't do it. Not under these laws. And that's why we're trying to change the laws. But that's besides the point. Let's get back to the point.
We had a mission going into a big warehouse where they believed weapons of mass destruction were being held at. Nothing was in there but chlorine, and we had dropped 2 500-pound bombs on it. The weapons of mass destruction they were talking about, it was gold bars. Saddam Hussein had a lot of gold and even more oil. That was the weapons we were going after of mass destruction, the root of all evil.
That entire raid, it was all a lie, and it is proven, documented, and America just keeps moving on like, okay, who's next?
Right? Exactly. And you want me? I've been there. I was told that same lie, and I went there, and I...
Excuse me. But no, It's not America keeps going on. That's the misconception. We keep thinking, let me get this brother off his lip movement here. Okay. Well, that's no better. All right. Yeah, a lie. It's not America, guys. Like I said earlier in this live stream, it is just like we withdrew the law. Now, I say we, so let me correct that. I cannot say we because we didn't do it. We didn't do it. We are, though, under the occupation. America right now, guys. America right now. We're an occupied country. The last president that tried to stop the occupation, he had his head knocked off, right? That was in 1963. He tried to stop the occupation of our country. Most of us weren't even alive in 1963. Very few of us were. So for most of our lives, we've been living not in America. Do you see what I'm saying? America hasn't existed since we lost our true leadership. A country can't exist if you lose your true leadership. You're then under the leadership of another country, right? You're then under the leadership of someone else. We couldn't see it. We couldn't figure it out because the people that did it, they had control of our movie houses, Paramount, Universal, Warner Brothers. They made all of our movies. They put an illusion in front of our face, all of our TV shows, ABC, NBC. They own every company. That's how they did it. They own every record label. Oh, so-and-so got a deal. Remember back in the day when ninjas got record deals with record labels? Now it's different. I understand. It's different now. It's independent now. But back in the day, so-and-so got on with Priority. Master P got a Priority deal. 50-50. You know? It was all them the whole time. NWA, the introduction of gangster rap and all that stuff was done by them. It was all them the whole time. Not even, it wasn't what I'm telling you. Is that this wasn't even done by Caucasian Americans. Everybody, so many BLKs is like, the YT people, the white people. Why? It's not them. They're not the problem. They haven't been the problem since 200 years ago. Like, what? I'm sorry, maybe 150 years ago. Idiots. We've been foolish. We've been falling for a plan. Our leadership got taken out, guys. Our prime leaders got taken out. The last one, well, there's been other ones, but 1963, I just want you to remember that. I may come out with a drink called that to celebrate Americans taking our country back. But next video, we only have 2 left. And I'm going to get out of here because I got a long day of live streaming on YouTube and TikTok and trying to get this, trying to bring you guys up as guests on my stream. So I hope some of you want to be guests, but let's work it out. I know the TikTokers do. They all want to talk a lot of.
There were some files missing.
Yep.
My fault. Let me restart that. Here we go.
There were some files missing.
Yep.
Did you see the chart of the years that they're really missing from? We can see that there is a massive gap between the years of 1999 to 2001, when you had the tech bubble blow up. You had, I believe that's 99 is when the Lewinsky impeachment trial's happening. You have the election of 2000, the highly contested election of 2000, John Kiriakou. And then in 2001, you have the worst terrorist attack in United States history in New York and DC, in the skies that fell over Pennsylvania with United 93. And suddenly all these files are missing. But John, we did get an email from 2003 that slipped through the cracks. From 2003, someone named Ed Epstein sends an email to one GMAX, Ghislaine Mac, saying any interest in being on the Shadow Commission on 9/11, the membership list is secret. She responds, thanks for the invite. Unfortunately, I cannot be on the Shadow Commission.
A Shadow Commission. It takes my breath away.
There were some files missing.
Yep.
Did you see the chart of the years that they're really missing from? We can see that there is a massive gap between the years of 1999 to 2001, when you had the tech bubble blow up. You had, I believe that's 99 is when the Lewinsky impeachment trial's happening. You have the election of 2000, the highly contested election of 2000, John Kiriakou. And then in 2001, you have the worst terrorist attack in United States history in New York and DC, in the skies that fell over Pennsylvania with United 93. And suddenly all these files are missing. But John, we did get an email from 2003 that slipped through the cracks. From 2003, someone named Ed Epstein sends an email to one GMAX, Ghislaine Mac, saying any interest in being on the Shadow Commission on 9/11, the membership list is secret. She responds, thanks for the invite. Unfortunately, I cannot be on the Shadow Commission.
A Shadow Commission. It takes my breath away.
Yeah. I don't know why I did this to myself. A lot of videos every video seems to have a lot to unpack back to back. And I get it. A lot of information. How do we do it? And I guess I'm here as somewhat of a guide. I'm not the expert in all of this stuff. I will admit that I'm not the expert in everything, although I want to be, but I can't be because I'm not AI, right? But I let that play for you twice so that we can go through it systematically and try to pick it apart. And like I said, you guys can get in the comments, add things to the conversation. I totally get it. I love it. Let's go. All right. He said there were some files missing. So I'm sorry. I got to go back here. Okay. I'm sorry. Wrong screen.
There were some files missing.
All right. He said there were some files missing. That means from the Epstein files.
There were some files missing.
Yep.
Did you see the chart of the years that they're really missing?
Did you see the chart? Because here's the thing. The people that are working for our government think that we're not paying attention. They think that we aren't smart enough or able to use AI enough to do the things and break down the numbers and the gaps and stuff like that. So when they released everything, who was it? Pam Bondi? Like Pam Bondi and the gang was really going to be able to fool the American people. We're not fooled. This is why there's going to be an AFP, America First revolution. And Republican Democrat does not matter anymore. Republican Democrat is done. That is done. It doesn't matter anymore. That division, black, white, Republican, Democrat, male, female, all this division is going to stop. It's going to stop for sure. Because the math says it. You can't even defy the math unless everything ends, and everything's not going to end. But not yet. Eventually, yes, but not now, not soon, not in my lifetime, not in yours. Everything's not going to end. So how do we look at it? Like he's looking at it, like other humans are looking at it, like other Americans are looking at it. Like, okay, here's the bullshit, or here's the shit. Let's see what part of this shit is the bullshit. Let's see what a part of the shit is the real shit. You know, hey, he says it clearly right here, and this is clear.
There were some files missing.
Yep.
There were some files missing. Oh, they released the Epstein files. Oh, everybody should be fine with the Epstein files. We released them. You know, you're good. No, we're not good. And we see what you did. You hid a lot of files. You hid a lot of time periods. You hid crucial information that would help us prosecute and get to these PDF files real quick, because they don't need jail time, in my opinion. There's some things they need, but it's not jail time, in my opinion. But, you know, Ricky's just one person. But if I was your president, which I'm thinking one day I might be, none of this bullshit would exist. But let's go to it. This file's missing.
Do you see the chart of the years that they're really missing from?
Do you see the chart of the years they're really missing from? Do you see there's a chart. Somebody made it because they got AI. And we can make programs real quick with AI, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to tell y'all too much, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving away the game. But yeah, you can make a chart real quick. Be like, hold on, in-plug information, output information.
From we can see that there is a massive gap between the years of 19.
The boy didn't say there's a gap. He said there's a, you know, he's speaking in, for those ninjas who don't understand, he's speaking in YT boy. He's saying there's a massive gap. Like, my ex had all of my exes had a massive gap. After, anyway, what am I talking about? But anyway, yes, there's a massive gap, he says. And between this year and that year.
1999 to 2001.
1999. Don't you want to know? 1999. Hold on. Doom, doom. Who remembers that song? That was Prince and the Revolution. 1999. Don't you want to know? Like, bro, so foul.
When you had the tech bubble blow up.
Okay, so tech, 1999, somehow, all of a sudden, tech bubble blows up. That's interesting.
You had, I believe that's 99 is when the Lewinsky
Yeah, the Lewinsky, the honeypot for Mr. Clinton. Lewinsky, giving him Lewinsky's, I'm sorry, hold on one second. The Lewinsky, giving him Lewinsky's under his desk. And now that we have the Epstein files, you can, and they don't, you know, what they've left out is even the mentioning of parts of this. But I think we can all figure out that where Monica came from, I think she was just a part of the whole scheme, right? With Epstein and Trump and Clinton and all the gajillions of other nasty ass politicians that were involved in this. Are we lying yet? Shit. I guess what I'm saying is, because I was alive during these times, because I'm old as hell, right? Monica Lewinsky was literally, I think she was one of the Epstein girls. I think she got that job and was strictly planted there to drop neck on Mr. Clinton. I think that she got wild and wanted some fame and status, and her mama got involved. Like, we can get that money, girl. We can get more money than they're giving you. I get it. I totally get it. But I think that's why she was there. And that's why Bill didn't really go down. Or, I mean, she went down, but Bill didn't go down. Even still. Okay.
Impeachment trials happening. You have the election of 2000, the highly contested.
Yeah, I forgot about that. No, I didn't. The election of 2000, the highly contested election. And remember, guys, this was the millennial, right? The millennium Everybody thought everything was going to crash, the world was going to end. The Mayans was coming through. Like, it was a lot. George W. Bush and Al Gore in this election, it was brutal. Even to this day in 2026, the 2000 election was the most contested. And I know Trump tries to make every election he's in contested or totally non-contested. I get it. But no, there was nothing like that. The George W. Bush and Al Gore election. And what was crazy about it is Al Gore dropped out like so promptly. And I think the reason that I'm pretty certain the reason Al Gore dropped out so promptly and didn't even want to contest it anymore, although it was highly contested, like he says, is because Al Gore was offered an amount of money that he couldn't refuse. Where'd that money come from? The powers that be. It's another country outside of our country that we're controlled by. That money came from them. They said, Al, look, yeah, great run. You could be president, should maybe be. But look, here's what it is, bro. We need to do some things. We need to get some things done. We got to go get Iraq, Afghanistan. We got things to do. So here's Al. Here's a whole bunch of millions, bro. It's a whole lot of money. And Al was like, how much? And they were like, yeah, that much. And Al was like, yo, I'll take that. I'll take that money, dog. Like, everybody in our system has sold out. Everybody is bought and paid for. There is no doubt about this. I don't know what anybody's thinking. If you don't understand this part of what's going on in America, America has not been America since 1963. We lost our country then. That's when they swooped in with the helicopters and the secret mission, and they swooped out our leader by blowing it anyway. And ever since then, we've had puppet government. Every president, every politician has been working not for the American people. That's why we all suffer. That's why we all can't stand this. The greatest country in the world, what should be the greatest country in the world, is now just garbage. Dollar don't mean nothing. Super debt, rich too rich, poor too poor. Have you been to the gas pumps lately? Have you tried to purchase eggs or a woman lately? Much less the eggs of a woman that you want to have children with. Good luck securing that for yourself. She's married to corporations that they own. They don't want to marry American men. American women are married to corporations. We're absolutely cooked. And this truth hurts. So I understand. It doesn't feel good. I get it. Don't feel good to be here. The feeling isn't, it just doesn't set right. Yeah, because you're weird. You're weird. Ricky's not weird. Ricky's having a good time. He's drinking apple juice. Ricky's having fun. But for a fact, your ass is weird. You're probably liberal. What does liberal mean? It means do whatever. We have liberation. We're free. Well, humans don't operate like that. Humans don't operate freely. They all, why? Why? Because they all can't be leaders. Humans need leadership. That's why every business, every industry, everything, every country has leadership, because humans are stupid. We're dumb. Duh. Figure it out. Because I figured it out. Go figure it out. The bigger the river, the bigger the drought. Anyway, let me let that boy continue to
contested election of 2000, John Kiriakou. And then in 2001, you have the worst terrorist attack in United States history in New York and DC, in the skies that fell over Pennsylvania with United 93. And suddenly all these files are missing. But John, we did get an email from 2003 that slipped through the cracks. From 2003, someone named Ed Epstein sends an email.
Now hold up. He just said we did get an email from 2003 that crept through the cracks, right? Email 2003 crept through the cracks. What does that mean? The Epstein files were released, and somebody there, somewhere was like, "Yo, we got one email in this time period." And here's what it was. Jeez. And the thing is, I do remember another, in relation to the email he's about to read, right? I do remember another email where someone was saying, hey, it was Epstein. It was Epstein himself, the Epstein that we know of, because the Epstein is a big family, actually. But the Epstein that he has a brother, but the Epstein that we know of was talking to a Rothschilds, the woman who was running the Rothschild family at the time, saying, your family and my family had history to where we ran a homeless shelter where Adolf, little mustache man, right? Adolf was a member or living in the homeless shelter because he was homeless at the time. Before he ran Germany, before he made it to those heights, right? He lived in a Epstein. Just really put this together, guys. Before Adolf did what he did in Germany, he did struggle. And he lived in an Epstein Rothschilds, maybe not promoted necessarily, but owned and funded homeless shelter. Even back then we had homeless shelters in Europe. Epstein wrote that email to a Rothschilds member woman, and I don't know her name. I can't remember it, but that was in the Epstein files. These two families, the Epsteins and the Rothschilds, the people who made war something to fund. That's why the Rothschilds have the world power, because they fund war, and nothing makes more money than war. Not basic banking, not real estate, none of that, because war bites off the biggest chunks of real estate. War bites off the biggest chunks of banking. War, they figured out at a pretty early stage for us, before us even. With the French, they figured it out. With Napoleon, they figured it out. But war makes the most money. That's why they're the most powerful. That's why Epstein had so much power, guys. That's why every American president works under him. Yeah, long night. Just wanted to cover some of this. I'm going to finish this video. We got one more after this and we'll get out of here.
Email to one GMAX Gilenma saying any interest in being on the Shadow Commission on 9/11, the membership list is secret. She responds, thanks for the invite. Unfortunately, I cannot be on the Shadow Commission.
A Shadow Commission. It takes my breath away.
There were some files missing.
Yep.
Did you see the
So what he just explained is that an Epstein member of the family, maybe Epstein's that we know about, his brother, invited another family member, cousin or sister, to be on the Shadow Commission because they needed to make fake of the attacks. Why? Because the attacks were fake. We all know this now. It's all been revealed in a I pray the families of the 9/11 attacks were compensated. I think the American people should be compensated, but I probably would get not in a good place by saying that. I went to foreign war zones based upon these attacks. Iraq, Afghanistan, multiple times. Risked my life. By the grace of God, I got out of there alive. I was at every crazy base you can imagine. Flying all over. People right next to me passing away. I take this seriously. I'm tired. I'm a old man now, but I was a young man when I was going through that. And even now, with what we're going through in Iran, I just pray that our young men, and there are some women there. Honestly, when I was at war, there were women there. Not as many as the men, of course, but there are women who chose that life. I pray they don't lose their lives for the good of others, just to make money off them passing. I pray that under God and my God and Jesus, I'm a Christian. I'm a Korean Christian. I'm a different type of Christian, but I'm a Christian. I pray that these young men and women who don't know better yet, who don't know much yet, and are being taken advantage of, right? If they're not doing it for the right reason, if they don't have proper leadership. Our leadership is corrupt. Our country's been taken over. I can say that for sure. It's just about when you all will wake up to it. When will you wake up to what's going on? When will you wake up to the reality that we're no different than Libya right now? What's the difference? Their leader was taken out. He was trying to do good things. The country had a procession of good leaders. And then now, once they're taken over, they're just a little 304. Anyway, let me not say too much. Let me get out of here. Last video of the night. I'm not even sure what it is. What is this one? Here we go. Excellent. I must have thought this one out. Let's go.
Sir, can we ask you America first or Israel first?
Israel first.
Israel first?
Yes.
Before America?
No, of course not.
Excuse me, sir. America first or Israel first? America first or Israel first?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you about it.
You're not going to talk to me about that, sir? You look terrified. He just got a chill down. He skipped on the elevators. He said, I'm going to take the steps today.
Who do you think we're occupied by?
AIPAC. We send $18 billion a year to Israel. Why? Just ask the question, what do we get out of it?
Nothing.
We get nothing. Are we doing humanitarian work? No, they're charged with genocide. They're killing off Palestinians. Are we helping them survive? Well, they've got a higher standard of living than we do, a longer lifespan than we do, free education, free housing, free health care.
Did you know that in Israel, every resident is insured under the national health insurance law?
Well, we're sending them money. Why? Ask yourself why a U.S. congressman can wear an Israeli military uniform in congressional chambers. I would think that would be an act of treason, but they did. Nobody said anything. Ask why the Israeli prime minister can bypass the president, fly directly in and speak to our Congress without any other government interaction. Congress gave him 26 standing ovations. I think most pop stars would like 26 standing ovations. Our Congress gave Netanyahu, a foreign prime minister, 26 standing ovations. I have difficulty looking at that in any other way than we're occupied. Statistically speaking, we have shown that whoever spends the more money on an election wins 94% of the time. Whoever spent the most wins. We can also show that every time somebody spoke out against Israel or AIPAC, the next election, their challenger was highly funded and wins. Now we shut down that conversation quickly, right? Whenever we try to talk about it, you get told, well, that's anti-Semitic. No, it's not. Calling things the way they are is not anti-Semitic.
Sir, can we ask you America first?
Need we say more? Is there really more to say? There's not. Guys, we are occupied. He said it 2 days ago. I thought it. I told a friend of mine, very close friend of mine, that I finally came to this conclusion. I knew that we were occupied, but I guess the part that got me is that it wasn't occupation. It was like they lifted our leader, just like they do in other countries, and they took us over. America hasn't been America once again since 1963. Not sure what time it is right now. I'm tired. I'm sure you're tired. But I think we'll talk more about this later on today. I'm going to do a lot of lives today. Right now, I got to get some rest, get something to eat, because I'm frustrated. I hope you are too. I'll end this live by playing this video in full. See you guys tomorrow.
First or Israel first?
Israel first.
Israel first?
Yes.
Before America?
No, of course not.
Excuse me, sir. America first or Israel first? America first or Israel first?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you about it.
You're not going to talk to me about that, sir? You look terrified. He just got a chill down. He skipped on the elevators. He said, I'm going to take the steps today.
Who do you think we're occupied by?
AIPAC. We send $18 billion a year to Israel. Why? Just ask the question, what do we get out of it?
Nothing.
We get nothing. Are we doing humanitarian work? No, they're charged with genocide. They're killing off Palestinians. Are we helping them survive? Well, they've got a higher standard of living than we do, a longer lifespan than we do, free education, free housing, free health care.
Did you know that in Israel, every resident is insured under the national health insurance law?
Well, we're sending them money. Why? Ask yourself why a U.S. congressman can wear an Israeli military uniform in congressional chambers. I would think that would be an act of treason, but they did. Nobody said anything. Ask why the Israeli prime minister can bypass the president, fly directly in and speak to our Congress without any other government interaction. Congress gave him 26 standing ovations. I think most pop stars would like 26 standing ovations. Our Congress gave Netanyahu, a foreign prime minister, 26 standing ovations. I have difficulty looking at that in any other way than we're occupied. Statistically speaking, we have shown that whoever spends the more money on an election wins 94% of the time. Whoever spent the most wins. We can also show that every time somebody spoke out against Israel or AIPAC, the next election, their challenger was highly funded and wins. Now, we shut down that conversation quickly, right? Whenever we try to talk about it, you get told, well, that's anti-Semitic. Mm-hmm. No, it's not. Calling things the way they are is not anti-Semitic.
Sir, can we ask you